Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Just like every day, we have the fortune to listen to Baba's elevated jewels. And as Baba keeps sharing these jewels with us, what Baba really wants us to do is to practice it. And with that practice, make our faith firm. Because it is said that faith is born through understanding, but it grows with experience and it becomes unshakable with remembrance. So Baba gives us the spiritual knowledge for us to understand. And as we practice it, we experience it, which makes our faith stronger. And the faith is, then Baba says, then nothing can shake us and victory is guaranteed. So Baba really drills each point of knowledge. As we listen to Baba's Murli, we see how Baba's really drilling what is the foundation of this knowledge, which is soul consciousness and Baba's remembrance. So today we will be going through the Murli, which was originally spoken on the 21st of October, 87. So if we can have the Murli on the screen. Thank you. And in this Murli, it mentions about becoming detached in 4 things. So, what 4 things are, we can find out. So, today, Bab Dada is looking at all his elevated children who are seated on a lotus seat. A lotus seat is a symbol of the elevated stage of Brahmin souls. So lotus is a sign of detachment. So Baba sees us children seated on a lotus seat. A seat is a means of remaining stable. Brahmin souls remain stable in a lotus-like stage, and this is why they are called those seated on a lotus seat. Just as Brahmins become deities, similarly, those seated on this seat are the ones who are then able to sit on a throne. When you remain seated on a lotus seat for a long time or a short time, you will become accordingly the one seated on a throne of a kingdom for a long time or a short time. So Baba says, so how deep is our detachment? Is it for a short time, long time? Depending on that, we will be able to come in golden age and claim our kingdom for a longer or a shorter time. The lotus seat is a symbol of an extremely detached and loving stage like that of Father Brahma. You Brahmin children follow the Father, and this is why you have a lotus seat, the same as the Father. So this whole teachings which we receive is for us to become detached from the old world, detached from body and the pull and the identity which takes us towards body consciousness. So Baba says the sign of being extremely detached is that you will be extremely loved by the Father and the whole family. So if we are really detached, the sign of that will be we will be loving towards everyone and we will also be loved by everyone. loved by Baba and the whole family. So as we see all the senior daddies, they were so detached, and because of which how much love constantly poured on them from Baba and the family. So to be detached means to be detached from everything. So from everything that could influence the soul and take the soul towards body consciousness. So to be detached from the awareness of the body. Worldly souls naturally and constantly have the awareness of the body while walking and moving along and performing every action. So, awareness of the body, it's now something which has become firm in the world. So, Baba says the souls easily become aware of it. They don't have to make effort to think that they are a body. They have that awareness easily without even consciously thinking about it. In the same way, Brahman souls seated on a lotus seat should also easily remain detached from the awareness of the body. So for us, it is the detachment. Just as souls without knowledge remain detached from soul consciousness, you are soul conscious. No awareness of the body should pull you towards itself. And that's why Baba says often that everyone in the world is hanging upside down because the awareness of the body. And here, with knowledge, Baba says for us, there should be awareness of soul consciousness. You saw Father Brahma while walking and moving along. He had naturally the angelic and the deity form in his awareness. To have such a constant soul conscious stage naturally is said to be detached from the awareness of the body. So the more we see ourselves as an angel, the more we see ourselves as a deity, the more we are getting detached from this physical costume. Because what is what we're seeing and what awareness we're holding, we actually carry the vibrations of that. So to see ourselves as an angel in a body of light and as a deity, sign of purity. And when we just see ourselves as a soul in this physical body, then of course the body comes with its own impurity and the body consciousness with it. So here Baba says, be detached. Being detached from the awareness of the body will make you loved by God. To remain detached from all the relationships of the body with your drishti, attitude, and actions. So detachment in what all aspects, Baba says, from all relationships of the body with your drishti. So your vision goes to the souls, not the body. Attitude, your settled way of thinking. So that again, it's the constant awareness, the natural awareness we hold, and of course actions. So while performing actions, also the practice of detachment, while seeing bodily relationships, soul conscious relationships should be naturally in your awareness. That's why Baba reminds us, I am looking at a brother soul, I'm talking to a brother soul. So no matter what bodily relationship, but the reminder is there that there is a soul and a brother soul. So this is why by Yaduj, the occasion of brother being invited to the sister's place comes after Diwali. So when you become the sparkling star or the sparkling imperishable lamp, you have the relationship of brotherhood. As souls, you have a brotherly relationship, and as corporeal Brahmins of the clan of Brahma, you naturally have the pure, elevated relationship of brother and sister in your awareness. So, detachment means to be detached from the body and bodily relationships. So again, Baba is reminding us when we see each other, the reminder again, they are souls, and that elevated relationship of brother and sister as Brahmins. So to be detached from perishable possessions of the body. If a physical possession is causing mischief for any of the physical senses, that is, if there is an attraction to it, then there isn't detachment. So Baba is really defining what detachment means, that the intellect is not pulled or attracted by any of the sense organs. So it is easy to be detached from relationships. However, the attraction to physical things from which you have to be detached still remains in a royal way. And so we all know what are the things that could cause the attractions to physical things. So you were told that the clear form of attraction is desires. So the intellect being pulled by the sense organs, Baba says the attraction is coming from desires. But the subtle and deep form of desire is to like something. You say, I don't have a desire, but I like it. In Hindi, they say, Ichha nahi, but acha lagta hai. So, this is what Baba says is subtle, and it could be the royal way of attraction. So, the subtle form of liking can also take on a form of a desire. So from the acha, it could become a desire, Baba says, icha. So check this very well. Is this physical thing, that is, this means of temporary happiness pulling me? When a facility is not available at the time you want it, is your spiritual endeavor easy? So Baba is talking about physical things, and the physical things, it's facility. And mainly these days we see technology. So Baba says that is your stage of easy yoga does not fluctuate, that does it? And we see any technical hiccups happen too. Is our stage of yoga still stable, or it goes up and down? Baba says, you are not influenced by any facility or compelled by your habits, are you? All those physical facilities are facilities of matter. You are conquerors of matter, that is, you are Brahmins seated on a lotus seat. So, Baba says to be seated means detached, free from all attractions, be it bodily relationship, be it physical things, facilities. So we are seated on the seat beyond the support of matter. So the stage should be so neutral. If it's there, It's fine if it's not there, it's still fine. Together with becoming conquerors of Maya, you also become conquerors of matter. As soon as you become conquerors of Maya, Maya repeatedly tests you in various ways. So the moment we become Brahmins and challenge Maya, then Baba says, Maya will test us. And she sees that her companions are becoming conquerors of Maya. So she gives many test papers. The test paper of matter is to bring all of you into upheaval through facilities. So facilities is nothing but physical things, matter. So Baba says the test of, or the paper of matter is really about facilities not being there to support us. But these facilities should not be our support in such a way that it can fluctuate our stage. So for instance, shortage of water. That is not a big paper. However, just as facilities are made with water, facilities are made with fire, in the same way, facilities created with every element of matter are the basis of temporary happiness for human souls in their life. So it's there to support, but Baba says it's there in a temporary way. So all these elements will test you. Now there was just the shortage of water. But when the facilities made with water are not available, that will then be the real test paper. So whatever water is used in, it's not available. So Baba says, those papers will come and we will be tested to see how detached we are from this. So these test papers through the elements will definitely come at their time. This is why you have to become free from any attraction to the possessions of the body and remain free from any support of the body. So internally, I have to check, is there anything I'm dependent on such that if it's not there tomorrow, will my stage fluctuate? Will it be stable? So it's for me to determine that. And Baba says, make yourself completely detached. At present, all facilities are available for you very well. There is nothing lacking. However, while all the facilities are available and while experimenting with all facilities, your stage of yoga should not fluctuate. To experiment as a yogi means to be detached. So even the experiments that we do as a yogi, Baba gives us so many experiments to do. Experiment different relationships with Baba. And so that's also is to help us detach from all the bodily relationships and be with just Baba. So whatever experiments we do all these drills, spiritual drills. So again, it's to make us detached from the body. So when you don't have anything anyway, that is not being called detached. However, whilst having everything, use it for the sake of it and experiment with it without being detached to it. So anyways, they say in spirituality doesn't mean letting go of everything. Use everything that you have, but use it in a worthwhile way. And like it is said, without being attracted to anything. So if it's there, not there, still our stage remains stable. Do not use it because you have a desire or because you like it. definitely check yourself in this way. Where there is a desire, then no matter how much effort you make, that desire, ichcha, will not allow you to become good acha. So, how Baba said that one is you like something acha, and then that acha can become an ichcha, desire. And then that same desire will not allow you to become pure and be serviceable in the way Baba would want us to be. So, acha. So, otherwise, at the time of taking a test paper, your time will be spent in making effort. You will try to be absorbed in making spiritual endeavor, but the facilities will attract you towards themselves. And so that's why Baba says, don't be deceived by anything. So at the time of test papers, we have to be ready. You will continue to battle and make effort to try and finish the attraction to the facilities, and your time for the test paper will pass by in a tug of war. So when situation comes, Baba says there shouldn't be a tug of war going on between my pull of Maya and between what Baba tells us as Pashrimat. So what will be the result then? The facilities with which you experiment make you fluctuate in your stage of an easy yogi. And Baba says easy yogi means easily able to let go of all the desires and the attractions of the world. So the test papers from the elements are now going to come at a greater speed. Therefore, check in advance that none of the supports of physical things, food, drink, clothes, the way of interacting, living, coming into the connection with others, that none of these things are taking the form of an obstacle, even in a subtle way. And so, Baba is reminding us in so many areas there can be attractions and there can be dependency. So, to check in all these aspects, try this out now. Do not begin to try when the test paper comes. There would then be a margin for failure. So just think about it tomorrow. There isn't enough to eat. Will I still be able to be strong enough? Or there will be fluctuations in the stage. So Baba says, be ready. The stage of yoga means to have a detached stage while experimenting. The spiritual endeavor of an easy yogi should be victorious over the facilities, that is, over matter. It should not be that you are able to make do without one, but are not able to continue without the other. And that is why your stage fluctuates. One thing we are okay to let go of, but we're holding on to something else. Baba's asking us that that should not be happening. So that would not be called a detached life. Like Baba said, detachment from all aspects. Attain such success through your success, even unattained things give you the experience of attainment. So, it's a very deep point Baba just said, that attain success through success, even unattained things give you the experience of attainment. Means even not having facilities, not having any support, but still the feeling of attainment is there. because you are connected with Baba, and Baba is treasure store of all attainments. So even though physically there won't be anything to support us, a connection with Baba is still helping us experience the attainments. So at the beginning of establishment, in order to test whether they were attracted to things or not, programs were purposely made to test them on this. For instance, for 15 days, they were given just barley, chapatis, and buttermilk to eat. So, there's a story behind this too, that some of Baba's children had fallen sick. So Dadi Janki was nursing them in the Sakar days, and Baba had asked them to have buttermilk. And in those days it was cold, and to have buttermilk in cold, so it was again a paper of faith. So Baba had suggested give this, and then some Baba's children had some thoughts, waste thoughts, that how can we have this during with this weather and in this condition. But those who did follow what Baba said, they became cured of whatever sickness they must be having that time. So again, how this is nothing but a test of faith. They had to try this out when wheat was available. No matter how ill some were, they had to eat this for just this for 15 days. No one fell ill because of this. Those who were asthma patients became well. That's how unexpected. This is like having an attainment where it was completely would have not have any expectations of attainment. So how by following Baba's Srimad and directions, even something which we probably would avoid at a certain time, was taken, and the body became fine. So they had the intoxication that Bab Dada had given that program. On the path of devotion, it is said that poison turned into nectar, but this was buttermilk. So, how this helped cure them. Faith and intoxication make you victorious in every situation. So, to be victorious, not just faith, but along with that, the intoxication. So, such test papers will also come. You will have just dry chapatis to eat. At present, you have all facilities. You might say, your teeth are not strong enough, you are unable to digest it. What will you do at that time? When you have faith, intoxication, and power from the success of yoga, even dry chapatis will work like soft chapatis, and you won't be distressed. So, three things Baba said: faith, intoxication, and power from the success of yoga, means through accurate yoga. So, even dry chapatis will be very nourishing, Baba says. If you maintain the pride of being an embodiment of success, then no one can cause you distress. It's all up to us how we think, what perspective or awareness we hold in every situation. So when lions become like cats in front of hatha yogis and snakes become like toys, then none of these things are a big thing in front of you easy Raj yogis, souls who are embodiments of success. So what Baba said, you have to have faith, intoxication, then yoga power, and then along with that, awareness of being an embodiment of success. And Baba says even Hatha yogis, they overcome a lot of situations themselves, but you are Raj Yogi souls and are embodiments of success. If you have the facility, use it comfortably, but check that you are not deceived at that time. So when the time comes and it's not available, that then Baba says, don't get deceived. The situation should not bring you down from your stage. So again, Baba is reminding us of the lotus seat, and which Baba said in the very beginning. So we should not come down. It is easy to become detached from the relationships of the body, but you have to pay attention very well to being detached from the things of the body. So Baba says, the possessions, the material things, Baba says you have to pay more attention to be detached from that than even bodily relationships. So to be detached from old nature and sanskaras. The nature and sanskaras of the old body are very strong. Those two become a big obstacle in becoming a conqueror of Maya. So now Baba is talking about old sanskaras, before that talking about materialistic things. So Baba says, many times Baba sees that the snake of the old nature and sanskaras finish, but the line still remains. That repeatedly deceives you at that time. When the time comes, means a small trace still remains, and then from the trace, how it becomes a full-fledged sanskara again. So this strong nature and sanskaras make you so influenced by Maya that often you don't even consider something wrong to be wrong. So Maya can be so deceiving that she can hide the truth and make false appear true to you, where you feel you are right and what the other one did is wrong. And so the strong nature and sanskaras make you so influenced by Maya that you don't even consider something wrong to be wrong. The power of realization finishes. And realization, to realize what is true from false, that's also discernment. The power to discern what is appropriate. What would Baba want me to do in this situation? So, in order to be detached from this, you need to check. You need to have very good checking. And that's why Baba almost every other day emphasizes on chart, because when you write the chart, you create the sanskara of checking yourself every day. What I did I have any devilish sanskaras? So how to keep doing that every day, which then becomes a habit for me to check my behavior, to check my actions. So when the power of realization finishes, you have to tell 1,000 lies in order to prove your one lie. So, to cover that one lie, how many lies we have to speak? So, Baba says that happens when real power of realization is not there. May have made a mistake, but in order to even cover the mistake, then we say a lot of other things. So, you become so influenced to try to prove yourself right is also a sign of being influenced by your old sanskaras. Like Baba gives example, children tell to Baba, Baba, they did this, which is unacceptable. They did that. That's how we try to prove and give our justification. So one is to clarify something that is right, and the other is to justify yourself by stubbornness. So, in one, it's just to share your point of view, but the other, it's driven by ego, and that's why Baba says it's stubborn. So, those who try to prove themselves right with stubbornness cannot become embodiments of success. So check that not even the slightest trace of any old nature or sanskaras remain hidden. Somewhere. Do you understand? Those who are detached in all these four things. So now you can bring into your awareness what were the four things Baba said quickly. Are said to be loved by Baba and also loved by the family. Have you become those seated on the lotus seat in this way? This is called follow Father. So following the Father means practicing detachment, complete detachment. It is when Father Brahma became seated on the lotus seat that he became number one loved by the Father, Shiv Baba, and also loved by Brahmins. Whether in a corporeal form or now, what emerges in the heart of each and every Brahmin, our Brahma Baba. So Baba's detachment was such that Baba was loved by everyone from the family and even by Shiv Baba. So you don't feel that you didn't see him with your eyes, but you saw him with your heart. You saw him with your divine eye of the intellect and you experienced him. And so all of us have these moments where we experience Baba, even though we've not physically seen, but how Baba is so close to our hearts. So this is why every Brahmin says from his or her heart, my Brahma Baba. This is a sign of being loved. Detachment from everything made him loved by the world. So in the same way, did the be detached from everything and be loved by all. Do you understand? So we can stop here. Let's just take a minute to reflect on what Papa said on detachment today. Shanti. So what Baba today emphasized was on how we need to sit on the lotus seat and how we have to be detached, and especially Baba emphasized on things that could be facilities that we may get dependent on. So what Baba really indicates is use everything, but belong to the one. And let our support be only the one Father. And it's about maintaining an inner distance. So we may be with people, we may have responsibilities, but my peace does not depend on any of them. And that's why Baba, in order to practice detachment, Baba again brought back, the most important awareness that we need to hold is that I'm a soul playing a part in this body. And I have to look at brother souls and as Brahmins, of course, brothers and sisters, but to really identify with myself and also others on the basis of just looking at them as beings of light. So, so detachment, Baba said, it just deepens the love because then our love becomes pure and free from expectations. So when we detach, there is more and more purity, and there is love coming from purity, which is why then Baba said that everyone becomes loving towards you. So the sign of detachment that we are becoming detached, like more and more love will be received, um, will be coming towards us. And that's because we are giving that in the first place with our purity. So today Baba emphasized on that. And if you would like to share any points that touched you, you can go ahead.
Om Shanti Sneha sister.
Shanti.
It's very deep, let me tell you, this detachment. It's nothing which we can just finish churning in these few seconds. It's one of the important lessons life has taught us, important lessons through detachment. And it's such a critical lesson. And if you are a reader of the Gita, we learned that true life experience and the whole conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, the core thing, starting from the second chapter, it was always only on detachment. And there, even Krishna says detachment is actually freedom. It is just a paradigm shift because attachment, when I love somebody, it's beautiful. But when I want to possess him, it becomes a misery. So it's just a paradigm shift from suffering, misery to bliss, to look deep inside that I own nothing, I lose nothing, and it's just a freedom of possession. So much really, as I told you, it's loving fully without looking at what is the results. But I just have, because I know time is also running out, this detachment from body. I have been working on it actually for the past 2 or 3 days, and today I've come. See, the soul is used this body. The soul has used this body in this birth, and so in many births. And without this body, the soul is zero. It has to go and wait for the next body. So when Baba says, do not be attached to the body, I was trying to practice for the past few days going on bodiless stage and all, but I found I jumped down to the body only to get that experience. I need the body to get the experience. Without the body, I could not get that experience. So if you have time now or even tomorrow, because there are so many more deeper points, this first detachment from body, I was really stuck on it because I find that the soul is getting ungrateful. No sooner the body is not needed, it goes off. So this detachment to body, this body which allows the soul to experience everything, what is the thing for saying body stop enough? No need. Why does the soul run away from it? As I told you, it hit me because I'm practicing it for the past few days.
Mm-hmm. And yes, like you said, it's a very deep topic, and there's so much we can churn and learn from as we share with each other. But the way, at least how this soul is practicing is, yes, we need to be in the body, to experience and to express. But we've been in this body for so long that now if we see ourselves in these bodies, the tendency is to get attracted by the sense organs in order to experience what we would say is actually our inner virtue. So we tend to look for things outside through physical senses and attraction. And when Baba says practice detachment, in simple words, Baba is just saying be soul conscious and then just focus on you being in the center of the forehead and just and even being a detached observer means you, the soul, are observing this body. So I'm observing myself and just think you have stepped away from this body. And now instead of being in this body, you are observing this body from outside. You're just a being of light observing this body. And yes, you've received this body. And because of this body, you are able to receive all the treasures from Baba. So it's there, it's valuable for me, but at the same time, I see it from a distance and I focus on just being this point of light. Because when I focus on just being a light, that's when Baba says I will be able to experience my inner virtues. So, because that is innate to the soul, and that comes when I am focusing on myself as just being light. So, yes, we are in this body, and that awareness is there, but then also have this awareness, now I've stepped away from it. I'm just watching it from a distance, but I'm not inside it. I'm outside and just watching it. And Baba said, as you detach from this body, you will easily be able to let go of your old sanskaras and natures because it all comes with body consciousness. It all comes with the idea of me clinging to the identity of being the body. But now I'm looking at it from outside, being aware that I'm a soul. And Baba says that as we do that, then we are able to let go of those old sanskaras which we cling on to using the word my. We're easily able to let go of our weaknesses. So, detachment means, yes, observe this body. Then at the same time, detachment also, like Baba says, keep coming and going, coming and going. When I go to Paramdam, of course, I'm taking myself to Baba, to a sweet home. And then at that time, I'm not in this corporeal world, even though I'm there, but my awareness has gone beyond. So with the intellect, I have gone beyond and I'm holding on to a powerful awareness at that time. So it's about where really I'm focusing my attention on and that awareness. So there's of course a lot we can discuss, but for me, I see myself as being away from the body. I see myself going to Baba every now and then, and as I do, and I remember just few days back, I was really churning on this aspect that Baba, you speak about all the different virtues, you speak about peace, love, happiness. We experience that, but the experience of bliss, we still need to go deep into that. Like, how can I experience bliss? And as I was thinking about it and churning on bliss, what I really felt was bliss will come when there is a sense of fullness inside, when there is contentment, which is why Baba reminds us we are jewel of contentment. And how can I become full? So it's all about going in front of Baba with this one thought that Baba, you know what's to be filled in the soul, what the soul is lacking, and you know how to fill the soul. So whenever we even go to Baba, so with that thought that Baba is making me full. And as I become aware again and again that I am being made full, within all that emptiness which came from body consciousness is being removed, then naturally with that fullness will also come freedom, because somewhere if there is an emptiness, I am seeking something to get from outside, like Baba said, it could be things, etc. But when I am full from inside, there's nothing I would get attracted to seek from the outside. So even just to practice going to Baba and having that sense of, yes, Baba's made me full. So that fullness also allows me to experience detachment. So this was just a few sharings, but definitely we can talk more on it tomorrow as well.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Yes, you have rightly said that with detach, we can use our virtues, our powers, our this is a one thing that we can utilize. So that's why the importance of detachment is that to become a, like a lotus. And Baba is very much four different detached from your body relationships, detachment from your matters, detachment from your desire, detachment from your old scars. So these are and if you are not detached, then one important thing Baba is mentioned over here that you will lose the realization power.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very important aspect I got from here this that you don't realize, yeah, what is wrong or what is right. So realization power is course. So this is very important. Got I from that Murli, this Murli. And second important thing I've also like to share with you that Baba mentioned that with the one line you can from here miss you cannot miss you have to say lots of number of lines instead of one line. So that point I touched. So that is where the importance of this detachment is there. So miss within a short span of time you can understand the people. You can make understand to them within one line. Otherwise, you have to speak so many lines. So this realization I got. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Anyone else?
Yeah, on that aspect, detachment. So Baba also mentioned that Brahma Baba became number one, loved because of that detachment, right? So that detachment is like the practice that he has done to bring that soul consciousness natural and without any effort. So he was able to do that, create that stage. So it has to be our natural nature. So until that natural nature comes, I think, detachment is still effort for us. And um, it's easy, I think, for us to check in a way that when we see a person, so what is that I see? Am I seeing the roles or the relationship of the body, or am I seeing the soul? So there, the first, I suppose it has to be the soul consciousness stage. That when we see the other person, though we see the body physically, but am I seeing the role or the relationship, or am I seeing it beyond that itself? I think to some extent we can justify. We'll be able to check to some extent, I suppose. And
Right.
again, this back to the practice is the main thing, core thing, I suppose. Having it natural nature. Yeah.
Yes, like you rightly said, what's the first thought I have when I look at someone? Is it of soul consciousness or is it bodily related? That's a good checking to start off with. That, is my practice firm enough that every time I look at someone, I quickly identify that I'm a soul looking at another soul. I have that awareness, or it's any other thought. So the more I practice with the vision, like Baba said, it has to be the drishti, the attitude, it has to be in our actions. So starting with the drishti, focusing on that, and then how, as we practice, it'll become attitude, and then it'll be easily a part of our actions. Right? So we can have a few minutes of meditation where we can practice detachment from this body. So just see yourself within this body as a sparkling star. You're seated on the throne of this body. You're the master of this body. And now just step away from this body and just watch it from a distance. This body has been given to me to express and experience. But now I focus on just being a point of light, detached from it. There are no pulls of the sense organs. I've stepped away from it. There are no attractions to any things. In this stage of soul consciousness, I'm not influenced by my old sanskaras. And I experience true freedom. And the freedom comes in experiencing lightness and in experiencing my own innate virtues. Now I see myself again enter this body. I'm sitting in this body, but again aware that I'm free from all attractions. I am free and light. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Sneha. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.